For this InboxGuru video, let's take a look at creating a new landing page and showing how you can capture leads and generate and create activities and opportunities for your sales team to follow up on. So once within your Infor CRM, you'll navigate to your InboxGuru entity and click on landing pages. Once here, you can see all the landing pages you've created. And as a reminder, there's two types of landing pages. So you can create a lead capture form that can be shared as a link within an email or on your social media. Then there is generating a form that you then create HTML from. Then you give this to your web developer and they can put it on your website and have this be the behind the scenes code to your existing Contact Us form on your website. So if someone fills out your Contact Us form on your website, it will map directly into your CRM. And I'll show you how to map those fields as we create a new one. So over on the right, your actions bar, you have create new page and copy page. Copy page is great for when you've created several styles of forms and you've already built all the questions and flows and decisions. You copy it so you don't have to recreate all that work again. But let's start with a new page so I can show you from the beginning. Name your page. Again, if you choose my website, it's going to generate your coding. But I'm just going to go with Page Designer. Notifications, you can set this to whatever you'd like to notify you when the form is completed. This is for mapping. You don't want to allow duplicates in your CRM most of the time. Assignment, if you were using this just for a certain territory, you could assign it to that specific user. I would go with no assignment if you're using it across the board for all. If you want it to generate a lead, it could also go into the contact table of your CRM. If you are doing maybe a registration for existing customers that are already in your CRM for an event, you would want to map them to their contact history. But since we're doing lead capture, we're going to do to create a new lead. You can also create a personal list that's held in InboxGuru. If you're doing maybe a multi-step process, you don't want them mapped in right away to your main CRM, you could do a personal list to keep them in InboxGuru for a while. So we're going to select lead. You can also assign an auto response email. So you can build an email template and launch that campaign and have it trigger based on someone completing your landing page. Another great feature. The skin is going to be good for these ones that are your landing page that you're going to use outside of your website. So you'll see there's some defaults, but you can also design templates over here in email templates. And that's in another video I'll do, but you can assign those so that your page looks exactly how that template looks that you built. All right, let's create. And it's going to always bring up the basic 3 steps, a start, the form, and the end. First, I'm going to show you how to edit your form. So once you click it, you have some options. You can actually edit the form, change the action type, which I'll get to, and insert action after. First, we're going to look at edit form. This is where you add the questions to your form. So you click on actions, you can add a control, add a template, and you can copy a form. Again, once you've created several forms, you'll want to use that copy form so you don't have to do all these steps all over again. For now, I'm going to show you how to add a control. So it pops up with all your options of things that you can add as questions. So a single text box is good for name. So let's add this control and I'll show you how it works. So this question would be first name. You can require an answer to this question. You can even put here, you know, if it's not required, you could say to display this so they understand if they try to go on. Then you can map it. So we had chosen lead. Now you can click do not map if you don't want to map these, or you go to here and you find the lead name, and then you find first name and you map it. So then you go up here and you save and return. Now you'd continue on with your last name, your company name, map it to your account name. And when you're building these, keep in mind how your fields are built in CRM. They're built for the first name and last name to be separate, so you don't want to contain first and last name in one text box field. So think about that as you're building out your form. I'll add one more control type just to show you how to access lists. So say you want them to tell you what state they're in, you can add a drop down. And so you can put in state. We'll want to require this answer. Then you click add new record. Now you can import a list. That would be the best option when you're doing states. If you're doing all 50 states, you could import a list. Now, as you see, they give you some generic options here. So you could do states if you want, or states as a digit. Use list. And it's going to go ahead and give you, as you can see, it's going to display Alabama, but it's going to return AL if you use that format in your database. You could go through and uncheck these if you know you don't work in those states and remove them from the list. If you wanted to just add one, you could add that here. Say you wanted to add Puerto Rico and make it the 51st, and then you would hit your check mark to insert. Okay, again, actions, save and return. And let's add one more control, and I want to show you again. So let's maybe do a checkbox list, add control. Say you want them to choose what products they're interested in that you sell. Okay, you want to require an answer to that one too. Now here you would want to import a file. So you would click import file, and as you can see here, it's going to give you a download sample of the column setup that you're going to want in your Excel file. So once you download that and you add your product names, you would select the file and upload it here. It would then show the list below, just like it did before in the previous states one I showed you. Let's just add a new record. Just to show you. So there's the list. So then we're going to go ahead and save and return. And it's going to show you here what it would look like. Obviously, if there were 10 different products, there'd be 10 different checkboxes for them to use. So now that we have some fields on there, let's go back and show you how to add decisions to this form. So you'll click on your form, and let's select Insert Action After. Now let me talk through some of the actions you can select from these decisions. You want a decision. Okay, and the decision name is going to appear. And you could name it Let's say selected products we want to create an action for. Okay. So you go on question result, and you're going to select from the questions you've created. I'm going to select what products are you interested in. And from my list, if that product is equal to widget 1, I want this decision to move them forward, right? So if they select widget 1, okay, so we add that logic to our decision. So let's save and return. Okay, and as you can see here, if they selected widget 1, you can go here and add. Now, you can change the action type, and you can change this to be another form where maybe you ask them more questions about widget 1 to further qualify this lead before you take an action. But for this case, we're just going to keep it brief, and we're going to edit end actions. So now we're at the end of our landing page. They've completed the form, they selected widget 1, and now we want to decide what happens here. Add action. You can add a simple notification, and you could notify the sales rep in that area or just a general inside sales team. But there's lots more you can do. You can add them to an existing drip campaign or event that you have going over here in campaigns. So when you select this, your list of drip campaigns that are active are going to populate. You can remove them from a drip campaign or list. So say this lead form was a registration for an event, and now they've registered and you don't want them to receive all the follow-up emails reminding them to register. You would remove them from that campaign. I'm going to show you about creating an activity or creating an opportunity, and there's also ticket. So this is how you can take this lead generation form and now create actionable items for your sales team to follow up on. Click Create Activity, and it's going to give you the option. So you can actually say, okay, Bob Smith is the sales rep that sells widget 1. So we could put widget 1 interest, and then your details could be, this lead completed landing page and whatever it's titled, marked, they were interested in widget 1. So that Bob's notified that you generated a lead that is now going to show over in his My Leads over in Infor CRM. So it's going to map the lead there as a new lead, and it's going to go ahead and create an activity so that Bob can go in and he could review his activities, and he knows that he has a hot lead that's already interested in one of his products. So you hit go. Now you save and return. So for these people that did not select widget, again, maybe you send them, you insert an action here so maybe we change this action type to another form, and you add that form there. And as you can see, it's now put a new form in that you could go in and maybe you ask about, are you interested in widget number 2? Okay, then you can go ahead and add your end. Okay, so your action is end. So you're going to end this form here. And maybe you just want this to simply say, thank you for filling out our form. You can go here and you can edit the end page. So you can put a simple message here, and you can use the design tools to insert your logo, link to your website. So you could just say, thank you for completing Okay, and you can save and return. Now that your form is complete, you're ready to share it. You can always go to Edit Page Properties. And this is where it will show you your page URL. I always like to customize the URL and give it a custom ending. This will show publicly. So you can copy this and again share it on your social media, share it in an email campaign, and start capturing your leads.